Hey guys, I'm Ty with Muscle Wiki, and we decided to run an experiment. We had ChatGPT make us a workout. We decided to keep it simple, all body weight stuff, all stuff that could be done at home. We did the workout, we recorded it for you, and we're going to give you our assessment and our thoughts. So we asked ChatGPT, design me a full body at home workout using at least 6 exercises, which are all body weight. And what it gave us was a push-up, a squat, a lunge, planks, burpees, and a mountain climber. Now it asked us to do 2 to 3 sets of each, 8 to 12 reps of all exercises. It didn't specify whether or not on the single-sided exercises, like the lunge, for example, whether or not it was supposed to be 12 each side or 12 total. I just assumed each side, because just 12 lunges would be a little bit easy. So just so you're aware, we did 12 each side on the single-sided exercises, the mountain climber as well. And specifically on the plank, which of course is a timed exercise, it asked for 30 seconds.
So let's begin with the workout. First we have the push-up, 3 sets, 8 to 12. I just did 12 across the board to make this a little more difficult for myself. I did 2 rounds straight through. I figured I'd give you a little bit of form advice because I may as well. You want a 45-degree angle between your torso and your upper arm on a push-up. You also want to make sure you don't hyperextend your spine, which is a very common thing with push-ups. And here you see the rest period. I sped it up because I didn't want you to have to sit through a 30-second rest break. But again, I did take 30 seconds instead of 60. Again, I wanted to make this a little more difficult for myself. Next up, we have the body weight squat. I have a more hip dominant squat, so you can see my hips shooting back pretty far like I'm sitting back in a chair. Just make sure you aim to hit parallel depth always. If you have the range of motion to go below parallel, then by all means do so. But if not, that is okay. "12 reps. I'm old school, so I like to use my watch to time out my rest periods. You can use a timer, your phone, whatever, but I try to keep my head out of my phone for a workout just to keep me a little bit more focused. Here we have the lunges. I went alternating on these. You can do one side at a time. When I'm doing weighted lunges, I prefer one side at a time, but again, just trying to make this a little more difficult for myself, so I did these alternating. And I did 24 total, 12 each side. Make sure you keep a tall chest. Back knee gets very close to the floor, if not taps the floor. Eyes ahead, your body will follow your eyes, so try not to look down. Nice moderate stride length. And if you're a beginner, the squat and the lunges back to back will be pretty tough on your quads. If you're used to doing these exercises weighted, this won't be too tough for you. Almost did an extra rep there on accident. Getting ready for the plank next. Again, we did 30 seconds. Hand plank. Try to push your fists, or your palms into the floor. That'll spread your shoulder blades apart. Nice flat back. Don't let your hips get too high or too low. We want a straight line from your shoulder all the way down to your toes. You can see me starting to shake a little bit here. I'm fatigued already a little bit in this position from the push-ups earlier, which is why, again, I wouldn't program these exercises back to back like this. But again, for a pure body weight workout with no weights, I'd say not a bad combination. Next, everybody's least favorite exercise, and mine too, the burpee. Make sure you're not hyperextending your back when you go down into that push-up position. Get a little hop at the top and reach for the ceiling. This will get your heart rate up. You can see me starting to break a sweat here, which is good. We want that. I almost bust my ass. and resting. All right. One more exercise to go. Mountain climber. Try to pull each knee towards each elbow. Very common to get some back rounding on this exercise, so try to keep your abdominal wall nice and tight. 24 reps total, and that's it.
So after having completed the workout, my general thoughts and assessments, I think this is a really good workout for beginners, actually. You cover a lot of body parts. You hit most of the body, which of course we asked for a full body workout, so that's necessary. There were some missing gaps. So the lats, for example, I like to put a lot of rear delt and hamstring work in my programs that I design, just for safety and health purposes. Your shoulders need a lot of rear delt work to stay healthy long term. Your knees need a lot of hamstring work to stay healthy long term. But the challenge with that is if you don't have any equipment. So considering it was an at-home full body workout to be done with no equipment, I would say ChatGPT did a pretty good job. There was a little overlap as well. I generally wouldn't put a mountain climber and a plank together in the same workout. They're both ab exercises, so there's not really too much need to do them both in one workout, especially if you are a beginner. There's also the burpee and the push-up. So considering the plank, the push-up, the burpee, and the mountain climber, you've got 4 different exercises in which you're in that plank or push-up position. Given that, your shoulders, your chest, your triceps are going to fatigue pretty quickly. So there's just a lot of overlap, and I don't think ChatGPT is quite advanced enough, at least when it comes to workouts, to recognize that kind of overlap with exercises. So if I was programming this workout, I definitely wouldn't put those 4 exercises together. And one more thing that I didn't have specified for me by ChatGPT was it says do 2 to 3 sets of each exercise. Now, I wasn't sure exactly if I was supposed to do 2 to 3 rounds, like I do exercise 1 through 6 in a row and then rest 60 seconds, or if I was supposed to do each exercise for 2 to 3 sets, rest the 30 to 60 seconds in between each set. I would suggest doing these in rounds and not just doing them one at a time, just because if you do them one at a time, it just takes a little bit longer. Doing circuits is generally a more efficient use of your time, and you can get a lot more done that way, especially when you don't have a lot of overlap in the exercises. So again, considering the amount of overlap with the exercises, you probably should do this workout just one of the exercises at a time. But with some better exercise selection, a circuit would be much better to do at home. So yeah, that's all we got. Thank you guys as always for listening. I'm Ty with Muscle Wiki. Link in the description to the workout over on our website. We posted it so you can do it at home for yourselves and see what you think. We'll see you next time. Peace.